Hi guys, welcome back. Today we're going to be looking at iron play and specifically finding more consistency with your ball striking and the direction of your golf shots. Right team, so we're going to be looking today at three key factors and key points to get you hitting that ground later in your golf swing. The first being is how you're going to wind up and coil into your backswing. The second point is going to be how you transfer your weight during your backswing to your downswing. And the final key point is going to be looking at how square your club face is in your golf swing and the factors that will come with that. So my first key point here is I really want to see you guys winding up and coiling into your right hip much more efficiently. What that means and what that feels like is we like to see your right hip and your right pocket getting a little bit higher than your left hip. So there should be a little bit of tilting with your hips there. So we're really pushing against the ground. What I see a lot on the practice tee is a lot of swaying where these hips move laterally off the ball. This causes us to hit the ground and bottom out far too early with our contact, leading to thin and fat shots. Now what that looks like here, I really feel that pressure up the inside of my leg into my right ankle and allow me to hit that ground later in my golf swing. So the key data point that we're going to be looking at during our iron session is low point distance. And what this is a measurement at impact of where the lowest point of your swing arc is during your golf swing. So we're hoping to see that the lowest point is always going to be in front of the golf ball before that club starts rising again. And something that I've noted with the group is a large majority of the group, their low point is actually behind the ball. Which is going to lead to a lot of thins and quite a few top shots. So if we can start looking at this number and moving this in the right direction, we're going to start getting much more consistency with our ball flight. So what we see with tour professional and very low handicappers is their low point is a good 3, 4, 5 inches in front of the golf ball. So you get a real compressed strike, applying the correct loft to that golf ball. So key point number 2 is how we need to shift our weight correctly in the downswing. And again, this is a non-negotiable for me. When you look through great players through time, every single one of them has shifted their pelvis, their tailbone forwards in that downswing. So certainly at the top of your golf swing, from a really nice wind up, you've got to feel the thigh, the knee, the hip bumping left before we then rotate through impact. What I see a lot with amateur golfers is they just tend to just spin from the top of their swings. There's been no shift, so just spinning, which causes us again to hit the ground early, and it also has a lot of issues and causes issues with how the club head is travelling to the ball and so forth, the direction of the shot. So again, just reinforcing that feel that once we feel that we're getting to the top of our swing, we've got to try and bump forward with our hip, really putting that pressure forward. I like to sometimes feel like I have a squash Coke can under my left heel, and I'm really putting pressure down on that. So really squashing that down before clearing my left side and turning through the golf ball. So key point number 3 is I want to talk about face angle and how square you keep that throughout your golf swing. So I'm going to give you a few checkpoints here that you certainly got to be referencing or getting a friend to look and reference for you. The first one being, during your takeaway, I very much like to see the leading edge of your club, that angle matching up to your spine angle, the posture that you were setting. And importantly at the top, we want to then maintain a nice square club face. What do I mean by that? That means that the leading edge of the club is matching up to our left arm there, so they're nice and parallel. Once again, when we're coming back down to hip height on that downswing, we want to see that leading edge still matching up to our spine angle, and of course at impact we want that leading edge matching to our target. Now what I see with a lot of people that hit the ground before the ball, or certainly our group, we have a few over the top slicers, is that your club face gets too open at one point or one of those points during the golf swing. So we've got to establish where that's happening and then fix it. So again, always referencing that leading edge at the top of your swing is where I'll be looking at on Thursday. Get that matching up to your left arm. So just looking at the data here on our third key point, talking about keeping your club face square throughout your golf swing and some key reference points. Certainly, speaking for myself, when I get my club face nice and square at the top, I certainly have a much better chance of producing a square face at impact. So this last shot that I hit there, we can see that the face angle was turned and returned 0.1 degrees to my targets. That was very, very square. It's starting at 0-0. I've got to be very, very happy with that. As I said, we'll be looking for you guys. If you're getting a little bit open at the top of your golf swing or throughout, we've got to fix that straight away for you to hit the ground later in your swing and for you to hit target more often. So that's a really key data point that we're going to be looking at with you. And just again, referencing back to the first 2 key points, we can see that the lowest point of my swing there was still 1.5 inches ahead of the ball. So that was a nice descending blow, getting divot, trapping the ball and getting that divot after impact. So to summarise, today's session has been all about getting you to hit clean and more accurate golf shots, much more compression, more squash on that golf ball. And certainly on Thursday evening, I'm going to take you through 2 or 3 different exercises and drills, which you can work away week after week, which is going to help you achieve that.